Welcome everybody, welcome back to another edition of Head Showered Shave Well. Just to start off with, if I've got any new viewers or people that haven't subscribed to me, please just subscribe to the channel in the button in the bottom corner. It's very easy to do and you won't regret it. Perfect. Now I've got that over and done with. Today is all about rewinding the clock back and going back in time to where it all really started for me. Every now and then I like to go back to where things started for me, where head shaving is concerned, and that would be with the Merkur 23c long-handled three-piece razor. This was the first DE traditional razor that I've used to shave in my head about a year and a half ago. Since then I've gone onwards and upwards, and I've gone through a range of different mild razors, of which this is one, and I've gone on to more aggressive and more potentially more exciting models, let's be honest, and I've loved it, and a lot of you have come along for the journey. But every now and then it's great to revisit where you started from, and today is that day for me. This is a traditional three-piece razor. It is probably the closest in shape and form to what you might expect if you're used to modern cartridge razors. That long handle is quite good. This is a beginner's razor. It's not fully a beginner's razor, but often this is a good start point for beginners. It's got a slightly longer handle for people that are used to that format, and it's nice and mild. How's it going to work on today's hair? To be honest with you, I don't really know. I haven't used it for a while, but I'm going to use it today and see what we get. I'm going to use the original blade that I bought and put in it, and that is a Derby Extra. I just moved on from these blades pretty quickly in my journey, and ever since then I've been using lots of other different types, and I've very rarely had to go back, to be honest. So it's going to be interesting to see how this one performs. This is considered quite a good beginner's razor blade, and as a combination with that, it's a really good start point. Is it going to be a bit mild? Is it going to deliver on today's shave? Let's find out, people, but this is where it all started. So let's see what we get. So typical three-piece razor. I don't even really show me loading the blades anymore, but for today's shave, why not? Let's do it. Here we go. Let's get that head all pieced together. Fantastic screw-in handle. This was pretty cheap. I think when I bought this, it was about 30 quid, but I've actually got a couple of these for my two boys. One's soon to be 12 and the other one's 4, and I've already bought their first ever DE razor, and I've gone for the first one that I had, which is quite nostalgic and all about me really, but hey ho, if I can't pass on some knowledge and some traditional shaving products and techniques to my sons, then what can I do, right? So here we go, we're nice and loaded up with that Derby blade. In terms of soap, one of the first soaps I bought, not the first, but one of, was this Taylor of Old Bond Street. I thought, why not? Haven't used that in yonks. This is the luxury shaving cream, and it smells absolutely divine. It's quite a strong sort of, a very fragrant, but big hint of citrus in there. I'm going to be using my Yaki Morpat brush, which is this bad boy. It's got a really awesome design. What I love about this is it's got interchangeable heads, and you've got a synthetic head, which this is, and you also get a badger brush head as well, which I've never used, so maybe that'll be something to think about in the coming days. And to follow up, I'm keeping it nice and classic barber school. This is a particularly strong aftershave, very classic. It's Pinot Clubman, and for those of you that don't know the Pinot Clubman range, then shame on you. Get to know. That is, that just makes me think of Yardley's Gold and all the classic aftershaves when I was a kid. Brilliant stuff. Right, I'm going to get loaded up on the brush, and then we're going to get that on the head, and then we're going to do 3 passes and see what this mild, very good for beginner setup does for me now. Looking forward to this one. See you guys in a minute. Right, here we go, loaded up with a fair bit of soap in this brush. Let's get it up on the bonds and then see what we get. Hopefully everyone's doing all right. We're still knee deep in a lockdown here in the UK, but we've got loads of vaccinations rolling out, so there's light certainly at the end of the tunnel, we think, although it's a bit, well, let's just say it's vague around how or what the plans are for the country to come out of its current lockdown. But you know, you live in hope. It's almost beginning to feel a little bit normal now, isn't it? Can't remember the last time I left the house and went for a few beers in the pub. I literally can't remember, but those days will hopefully come back soon. Instantly, that smell, listen. Taylor of Old Bond Street is a classic. You are talking top traditional male shaving products here. Bond Street being that famous retail street in the centre of London, in the West End. They've been going around for a long time, and let me tell you people, they know what they're doing. I've never been in the shop, but it looks amazing. But you can very easily order their stuff online from various retail outlets and shaving retailers and so forth. This is beautiful. And their shaving creams are absolutely to die for. They just never disappoint. Look at that. I mean, it just keeps giving and giving and giving and giving and giving and giving. I'm just going to add in a fair bit more water there because it can take it, but I think we're pretty much nearly there for that first pass. I really like this Yaki brush. That interchangeable handle is made from solid metal. I don't know what the metal is, but it's nice and hefty, and it's got a really nice design handle, which is really good to grip. And it's nice to just hold it like this, and it's really user friendly. But I am delighted with that. We've got a fair bit of lava there, so I'm pretty happy. Let's just clean my hand of that soap. Right. Merkur 23c with a Derby Extra blade. It's going to be mild, I know that much. But how am I going to feel about it now? Now that I've gone on to much grander designs of razor and blade. Right, so the initial impressions are it is proper mild. I haven't felt a razor this mild for yonks. You can see why it's such a good option for beginners. I remember when I did my first ever head shave, I cut myself a number of times, and to think now, and I'm probably tempting fate, but to think that I cut myself with this combo now almost is beyond belief, really. Obviously, if you've got some bumps, then you know you're always liable for a bit of a nick, but I'm talking about poor technique kind of cuts, nothing bump related, and this just feels super mild. And I tell you what, this ain't a bad option to come back to, because what I'm finding is I'm just so super confident in just running that razor and blade over the skin. I can almost just be really not carefree, because you should never be carefree when using products that can harm you, but you know what I mean. I suppose relaxed is the better term, but my initial impression is super, super mild. But you know what? human skin, particularly when you're shaving, is a funny thing, isn't it? And if you have a particularly close shave one week, or I say 1 week, if you have a particularly close shave, you don't necessarily want to go just as close the next time out. Sometimes you just want to tick it over and keep it going. And a mild shave that isn't baby butt smooth, but fine all the same, is sometimes just all right. And I think that's the point, really. Not every shave can be aggressive. And if it is, then is that good for your skin? I don't know. I'm not a dermatological expert, but it certainly feels logical to me. Right, let's do pass number 2, and this time we're going to go across the grain as normal. There we go, let's continue with that across the grain action. Let's do that top part of the head. It does feel nice and controlled. I'm probably using more strokes than I normally would, because I think that's the kind of instinct, and I think you've got to try and fight that if you can, to not do too many strokes because of the progress of that 3-stage with the grain, cross the grain, and then against the grain. Because of that progressive nature, I think it's important not to try and chase a shave and get to where you want to get too early, because it will happen. And do you know what? If you need a 4th pass, so what? Who cares? Such an enjoyable thing to do. What's the problem with prolonging it? Don't press it too hard, and just take it nice and easy and enjoy it. Absolutely delicious stuff. Did I show that properly? Taylor of Old Bond Street Luxury Shaving Cream. Amazing. Right, we're going to go across the grain now. This way, from the rear. There we go, right. Nice. You can I don't know if that feedback's coming across actually, but if it is, you can hear that it's not squeaky clean. You get that squeak when a razor's really aggressive, don't you? You get that squeak because it's all that skin's just rubbery and there's no stubble left to give it that textured sound. But even though this is my 3rd pass, you can hear that slight textured sound. You can hear it, it's unmistakable. So it's not overly close, but just missed a bit. Oh, I just need to do a little bit. Just on the back there. Always liable to miss a tiny bit on the back if I'm not careful. There we go. Lovely job. Nice. I enjoyed that. Right, let's just clear up some excess soap. Nice. can I conclude from that, people? Firstly, that's a very enjoyable shave, very mild, so it's something that you can be nice and relaxed about. It isn't baby butt smooth, of course it's not, but it is certainly a damn fine shave. Let's just neaten that bit there. There we go. That is a damn fine shave, definitely. I mean, look at that. I mean, you can't be disappointed with that. That's pucker. Let's see what feedback we get. Oh, nearly went. Decent catch. A little bit of feedback over the back there, but I think that's more because I had a couple of little sores actually, and that's got nothing to do with the shave or the razor. And it's very mild anyway, but listen, I'm coming over the top here and I can feel nothing. Absolutely nothing. But that's good, that's okay, I'm happy with that. That is a nice, mild, relaxed shave. And I tell you what, it's important to rotate the razors and the blades and the products that you use. Keep it varied, keep your skin guessing. I always think it leads to nicer shaves and a better quality shave when you do. And there's no reason why that shouldn't be in my rotation. Maybe not once a week, maybe not even once a month, but every now and then I think it's important to go back. So I'm still giving the thumbs up for the Merkur 23c and the Derby Extra Blade, and I still maintain that that is the ideal traditional beginner's razor. So if you're starting out and you're thinking about it, get yourself one of these. It's a Merkur 23c, just to confirm, very cheap, gotta do it. Because of that longer handle, it's gonna feel as close to normal as possible based on using cartridge razors, which you probably are if you don't traditionally shave. And yeah, that blade is good to go. I'm just gonna finish up now with a bit of this Pinot Clubman. Let's just slap it on. It's Friday night. Let's smell good in front of the missus. Oh, that traditional barber's smell is awesome. People, take it easy. Look after yourself. Stay well and shave well. I'll see you guys soon for another video. Don't forget to subscribe. Nice one. Take it easy.